Have you ever thought about what happens to Sonic the Hedgehog when he smashes open a 1-up monitor that grants him an extra life in the games? It's honestly something I've never thought too hard about. Sonic is a game after all. It turns out the folks over at British comic company Fleetway Publications did think about this. Fleetway, for those that don't know, is the name of the company that published the British Sonic the Comic that ran from 1993 to 2001. It was a comic that followed the typical British standard of including multiple short strips, all housed in one comic book. Sonic the Comic issues would typically contain one main strip featuring Sonic & Co, and a bunch of side strips exploring characters like Tails, Knuckles, or Amy. The comic has gained a cool cult following online consisting of old readers like myself and new fans curious about Fleetway's unique interpretation of Sonic and his world. Fleetway put out one really unique story that explores what the 1-up monitors actually are. It all happens in a one-off storyline called Double Trouble. An awful lot of people have requested that I cover the villain that appears in this story, who's become affectionately known as Extra Life Sonic, so let's do it. Let's see who he is. The Extra Life story was tucked away as a secondary Sonic strip and appeared in issue 13 from the comic's first year of publication, 1993. Yes, that is Sonic with fellow Mega Drive superstar Echo the Dolphin on the front cover, as Fleetway regularly had non-Sonic strips in the comic book too. Neato. So let's dive in and see what this Extra Life story is all about. The story starts suddenly with Tails booting his football out of sight. A very British start. When looking for the ball, he stumbles across one of the famous 1-up monitors featuring a slightly odd-looking Sonic face on it. The face speaks to Tails, claiming that he is Sonic and he's been trapped in, and urges Tails to release him by pressing one of the monitor's buttons. Sonic was regularly an asshole to Tails in the Fleetway comics. It was one of his most contentious characteristics, so it's a little suspicious that the face in the monitor was actually being fairly polite. Tails releases him. But it turns out though, the face isn't Sonic, but a weird-looking evil clone of Sonic, differentiated by his jagged quills, fangs, and sharp eyes. The evil Sonic clone goes on to attack the cute animal critters of Emerald Hill Zone and their settlement. Caught in the mix is Fleetway's version of Sally Acorn, by the way. That's when Sonic turns up and quite literally gives Extra Life an ass-kicking, sending him flying to the ground. Thinking that Extra Life has been taken care of, Sonic approaches the Emerald Hill folk, but they're understandably trepidatious about his approach. Unable to tell him apart from Extra Life, and unsure as to whether Sonic has turned evil, Sonic tries to employ the shaggy defense of, "It wasn't me," but gets banished from the Emerald Hill Zone by Sally Acorn. While he's talking to the critters, Extra Life charges and manages to get a couple of clean hits on Sonic. Extra Life lifts a groggy-looking Sonic up by the throat and explains that he was created as an extra life for Sonic by Dr. O.V. Kinterbor, aka the good version of Dr. Robotnik from a time long past before an unfortunate accident turned him evil. You see, back in the day, Kinterbor and Sonic were originally on the same team, working together to collect all the Chaos Emeralds in an attempt to rid Mobius of pollution. I guess that Extra Life is one of many cloned versions of Sonic stationed inside of these boxes like genies, ready to assist Sonic if he needs help, or perhaps ready to replace Sonic if he ever passes away. Kinterbor was a genius, but this plan evidently went terribly wrong. Extra Life either turned evil, full of bitterness for being trapped and designated a mere backup to Sonic, or he was always a little twisted and not one of Kinterbor's prouder creations. Either way, during his supervillain monologue, Tails arrives to save the day, bringing back the monitor and using it to trap Extra Life once again. As a permanent solution to ensure this sort of thing doesn't happen again, Sonic kicks the monitor into orbit. The last panel is classic Fleetway. Sally decries, "Sorry Sonic, I should have known that ugly brute was the real bad guy." Sonic replies, "Ugly? I thought he was kind of handsome." And that is the story of Extra Life. Looking back, it was just one of many one-off stories, but revisiting it now, a few things jump out to me. First of all, Extra Life has fangs to make him look a little bit more menacing, but Sonic was originally designed to have fangs too. A few early pieces of Japanese Sonic media show the fangs, in fact, but they were dropped during Sonic's American redesign. They did famously resurface in Sonic Adventure though. Second, the story is a little bit like a microcosm of Shadow the Hedgehog's story from Sonic Adventure 2, particularly the part where Sonic is blamed for his evil doppelganger's actions. Third, Extra Sonic also has a bulbous nose in one panel, which really makes me think of the cursed Samsung Sonic, a weird, deformed version of Sonic that featured in one obscure Sonic 3 advert put out by Samsung in a Korean gaming magazine. Now, why have people asked me to cover a character that only made one-off appearance? The answer lies with Friday Night Funkin', an open-source Parappa the Rapper style rhythm game first created in 2020 and developed by a team of Newgrounds users. Essentially, it's a rhythm game centered around rap battles. The game was originally developed for a Game Jam competition but exploded in popularity almost as soon as it released. The game enjoyed 7 weeks worth of free updates, adding new songs and levels and whatnot, with the last update being in April 2021. Since then, an enthusiastic modding community has taken the baton and kept Friday Night Funkin' fresh and immensely popular for nearly a year now. One of the game's more popular mods became the Versus Sonic.exe mod, which released August 2021 and brought together a gauntlet of creepypasta interpretations of Sonic, including Sonic.exe, Margin Sonic, and Fleetway Supersonic, causing him to explode in popularity at the tail end of last year. Supersonic already had a healthy cult status in the Sonic fandom, but this new surge of popularity was huge. I've never seen so many people interested in researching Fleetway comic lore. For what it's worth, the Supersonic battle has some pretty cool nods to the Fleetway comics, so that's pretty awesome. The popularity of the Sonic.exe mod led to other modders following suit. One of the more surprising mods to catch fire at the end of 2021 was a mod adding an extra life Sonic boss fight, scooping a random Fleetway villain from the depths of obscurity to sudden online popularity. In turn, there's been a renewed interest in Extra Life all over the place now. You'll find Extra Life fan art on DeviantArt, and mods adding Extra Life to other fan projects like Sonic 3 Angel Island Revisited and Sonic Robo Blast 2. I find it fascinating because Fleetway has so many cool villains. It's weird that this one-shot guy I totally forgot about is having a burst of exposure. I guess the thing about Extra Life Sonic is that he has a kind of creepypasta vibe about him, but generally speaking it seems to be villains that resemble Sonic that have the best chance of sudden popularity. Does Fleetway have any more candidates that fit that description? Well, the following don't have creepypasta potential, but I can think of 2 more Sonic clones from the comics, both one-off characters who haven't really had much attention. The first is Cosmic, who appeared in the story The Pretender from issue 31 in 1994. Cosmic is a green hedgehog with a yellow cape and a C on his chest and forehead. He got a couple of shoutouts in the comments section of my Ashura the Hedgehog video because he's also green, but there's no connection between the two. The story starts with Emerald Hill Zone being attacked again by a gang of badniks. The zone's critters call out for help, and before Sonic can lend a hand, a new hero, Cosmic, appears to smash the badniks. Sonic is a little bit suspicious about who this green hedgehog is, and for good reason. Cosmic is arrogant and has a condescending attitude towards Sonic. Sonic derisively calls Cosmic a pretender, and Cosmic challenges Sonic to a race. Cosmic has evidently put Sonic in a bad mood because when Tails expresses some anxiety about the race, Sonic says, "If I never see you again, Tails, this is how I'll remember you. As a little two-tailed dimwit who's always whinging." Toxic! Sonic and Cosmic start their race, and unsurprisingly Sonic wins, with Cosmic getting winded quite quickly. Sonic goes to comfort Cosmic, and then we get the big reveal. Cosmic isn't a hedgehog at all, but the shape-shifting villainess Metamorphia, who had unsuccessfully tried to capture Sonic in the previous issue by shape-shifting into an Emerald Hill Zone citizen and later, Tails. Metamorphia's plan was to distract Sonic while badniks assault his buddies. Sonic battles the shapeshifter's various forms and charges back to Emerald Hill Zone to save the folk. Metamorphia morphs back into a simplified version of the cosmic identity again and charges behind Sonic. The Badniks attacking the zone mistake Metamorphia's green hedgehog avatar for Sonic and blast her into oblivion. Metamorphia manages to slink away while Sonic and the gang take care of the remaining Badniks. Metamorphia tried to pull a similar trick a bunch of issues later in issue 51 from 1995, when she takes on the form of Tonic the Hedgehog, claiming to be Sonic's long-lost twin brother. Tonic is brown because Sonic was too prior to gaining his super speedy powers. I'm not entirely sure that Sonic was fooled by Tonic, but Metamorphia is quickly uncovered by a nosy Tails, who overhears her bragging to Dr. Robotnik about how well her plans to infiltrate Sonic's freedom fighter gang are going. Metamorphia drops the act to try and take out Tails before Sonic and company arrive to give her another beating. One other very interesting Sonic clone who I'm surprised hasn't developed a following is Turbo, an alien who looks a little like Sonic and is equally as fast. Turbo appears in a two-part story called Space Race from issues 161 and 162 from later in the comic's lifespan in 1999. It takes place during the long story arc where Sonic is transported to an Arabian-style world called Shanazar. Sonic and Amy, touring Shanazar together, stumble on an advanced zone where, creepily, the citizens have been keeping track of Sonic's adventures via little micro-cameras. Sonic is something of a celebrity in this distant zone. While being admired by a crowd, Sonic and Amy are suddenly abducted by a fella called Skorg, who's a general or something. He tells Sonic that he needs to compete in an intergalactic space race on behalf of this advanced city. The request is sudden, and Sonic refuses, but then accepts when Amy's life is threatened. Things sure escalated quickly. Sonic is transported to an asteroid belt where the race is to take place, and he meets his opponent Turbo, the space race champion and a reluctant competitor who races to secure the safety of his family. Turbo bears a striking resemblance to Sonic with golden orange fur, a little devil-like tail, and a bunch of jaggedy looking spikes. Gotta admit, I'm a big Turbo fan. Love this guy's design. Simple, but different enough from Sonic. Anyway, as Turbo is more experienced, he manages to win. Yes, Turbo actually beat Sonic. While the two competed though, Amy broke free from her captors and took control of Skorg's ship. Turbo explains that it's customary for the loser's spaceship to be destroyed after the race. Things get a little hairy. Turbo's captors open fire on Skorg's ship, now being piloted by an inexperienced Amy, sending it into a tailspin. A transporter appears to beam Turbo up to his ship, but Sonic jumps into the beam too to kick some alien butt and stop Turbo's captors from blowing up Amy. He launches himself at the aliens on Turbo's ship, and surprisingly, Turbo jumps to Sonic's aid too. They're working together now. Having commandeered both ships, Sonic and Amy return to Shanazar. Turbo's fate is left up in the air though, as he wouldn't make a second appearance in the comics. I wonder whether he was punished for his rebellion, or whether the brutal space race custom came to an end. Whoa, I got a little blown off course there, but hopefully if you came to this video looking to find out about Extra Life, you've left with an appreciation for the Fleetway comics. It doesn't matter to me what they appear in. I love any Fleetway characters getting a little bit of shine, and seeing the Friday Night Funkin' community help to shine a light on Extra Life Sonic was a massive but welcome surprise. I'd love to see more Fleetway characters appear in fan games, and if that means appearing in Friday Night Funkin', I'm all for it. And that just about wraps things up. If you want to hear me talk more about the Fleetway comics, check out my channel or peruse my Sonic character profile playlist, you'll find some more stuff there. Thanks to the people who wanted to see me cover Extra Life. Hopefully you enjoyed hearing about Turbo and Cosmic too. If you have a character you'd like to see me cover, please do let me know in the comments. I've got a long list of characters to cover in the future, but I can always add more. Thanks for watching, and hopefully, I'll see you next time.